Well, now, it's your boy once again, the Toothless Wonder, coming back with another video, you know what I'm saying? Uh, where I'm going with this one here, I got a lot of free time today, had some things that I attempted to accomplish or was, planned, but that didn't go right. And I ain't even tripping. It been nice, had, things worked out. Probably happen later, you know what I'm saying? As far as, money making endeavors, of course on the legal tip. So I just want to take this time, and I went way out the way. Um, I think I'll just title this one as far as um, a lot of time, uh, like I prayed for certain things, right, and got it, and don't realize I have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I prayed for peace, right, or just some semblance of, inward outward stability. I prayed for freedom, just naturally understanding, who I am, right. I can do it, but I'm doing everything in my ability to escape the 9 to 5 culture, or just escape the culture in as far as how everybody else do it, because that don't work for me. It burns me out. I don't want to be a cog in the machine, you know, trying to get finance. But the ultimate goal is freedom to live life according to my own terms that work for me. Um, and I actually have that. You know what I mean? Uh, like right now, elected. Like I said, I want to make some money, so I do various driving apps, delivery apps, whatever, and it's enough to sustain while I'm in school. So Saturday, so normally that's a busy day, but it's also the Sabbath, and I'm trying to honor that. Um, and things are tight, but it's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not concerned with, Here's one. I in the last year, I've only worked consistently 3 months, and I haven't missed a bill. Whether it was breakthroughs here and there, or uh, a financial resource that I knew was at my disposal, whatever. Have an awesome night delivering orders out the blue, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I actually prayed for peace. I prayed for freedom. But there's also a flip side and a cost that comes with it. Like a lot of, issues I had was, I wouldn't even say not even being the greatest judge of character. I seen the character. Like that wasn't lost on me. I'm just not the most judgmental individual. Now I've become more judgmental, not in the sense of casting judgment, but judging where I put you in my life or how close I allow you to get, so on and so forth. Um, so, it'd be nice to do certain things with a real live partner who's, on a similar path. We don't have to agree on everything. He don't have to do what I do. But he's just on his own campaign in his own way. I don't really have that. Significant other, female. There are a lot of, but I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not really spiritually attracted to the average female I come across, and because that's the case, I don't be feeling the need to approach them or, outside of cordiality. But it's not like I'm trying to see what's up. I already know what's up. Now that may sound, you know, uh, pres- you know, presuming or whatever you want to call it, but I've had enough experience and life experience to kind of understand that whatever my intuition is, it be that, even though I don't have the information. Like when I was working, I made certain, just assessments about the people I was around, and not only come to find out it was true, the depth of the truth had taken me back. Like I'm like the socially conscious guy, so I know, let's say, the dating scene, or how people treat one another, the black community, so on and so forth. I already kind of generally knew that, but to see it up close and personal and the nuances and the games, I was literally blown away. And that was one of the contributing factors that had me like, and I was working in treatment where we're preaching, wholeness and healing, and how you conduct yourself, how you manage situations, so on and so forth. But the people teaching other stuff, they don't do none of it. which ain't got nothing to do with me, but it just showed me that if we're in an environment where we preach this stuff and nobody's doing it, imagine what they're doing in real life, or in industries and so on and so forth outside of that. Just like the church house, some of the worst dirt get done in the church house by church people. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of really, and that was all a goal of mine to get out, but that just reinforced it. Like, man, I really don't want to work for nobody. Now I'll partner with people, but working for somebody 9 to 5, the corporate rules that don't make no sense. The only thing matters is the bottom line. Nobody cares about the people. You know what I mean? Or they'll act like they do. I'd rather you just tell me you don't give up. At least I respect your honesty. But the plan like you do and in action, I'm burnt out on just the whole 9 to 5 culture. And I'll be getting jobs. And then when it's time to go, like, I'll go all the way to the job and be like, man, nah, I'm good, bro. I'd rather do what I'm doing now and go to the beach and sit with myself and marinate, think, pray, read the word, you know what I'm saying? Review, what I'm feeling, just stay on top of myself, you know what I'm saying? But that's the cost that come with it. Like, as they say, freedom ain't free. There's a great responsibility to come with freedom. Like, the average person I know, with all his free time, can't manage it on their own. Like, they'll start doing dumb stuff, or like the boredom will get to them, or whatever. I like being bored. I don't like the whole bunch of hoopla. You know what I'm saying? But I've actually gotten everything I prayed for. But here's what's vexing though. How would I word it? It's the waiting. You know what I'm saying, for the next level. The waiting for the next breakthrough. Like, I only got like less than a month in school class training, whatever you want to call it, and then I'll be in the solar industry. I've been passing my tests. I'm almost guaranteed a job, even though not with me is guaranteed. I just play the game how it go. I'm on the precipice of certain goals that I had 7 years ago, but the logistics didn't lie. I didn't have a license. I didn't have a car. I didn't have the character attributes that I had now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about setting myself up for the long haul, such as I'm doing now. So it's a beautiful thing, and I just gotta be at peace, waiting for the bus loose, for the, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, and that's really what it is. That just the patiently waiting for a track to explode on, the stand out the way, the sticking to the script. Not that it's hard. It's just I like, it's almost like I can taste it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the precipice of, yeah. And then I think, okay, what I just said earlier, okay, from what I'm saying, you kind of got to roll like this. And you had to kind of, along the journey, kind of X people out the game, so on and so forth. Because as you can see now, let's say it happened right now. Had I not done certain things beforehand, it would have been a detriment to me. Or somebody would have tried to sabotage or be a distraction. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's just a lot to analyze. That's why I let it just come down here by the ocean, off the beaten path from the boardwalk, and just be. You know what I'm saying? Just be easy with myself. I ain't on no particular time schedule. I'll go home when I feel like it. You know, I'll go wherever I feel like going. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that as long as I step on keep stepping along the path, I'll run into what is to be for me. Even like all the bad stuff that I'll put a negative connotation on, ultimately it's for my good. Because had I not gone through the stuff I went through in previous seasons of life, I wouldn't be able to manage this now. I wouldn't know who I am. I wouldn't stand on business as far as me. You know what I'm saying? I might be still more inclined to tolerate certain behavior around me, or, I might still have a scarcity mindset. Let me just put up with this because it's the quote unquote right thing to do. I routinely go against the grain. I've been going across the grain the 3 years I've been in sobriety. That's part of my sobriety, going against the grain, taking strategic, risks, betting on myself. And it's not even so much I'm betting on myself. I'm betting on the process. That's what I'm betting on. Now, I've been able to do some things that I planned to do. It just didn't come through the means that I had set to motion. Actually, most of the stuff I actually like, oh, I want to do this, or let me try this. None of that stuff ever worked. So it taught me how to deal with disappointment. I deal with disappointment so much, it don't even affect me. I'm like, you know what I mean? Next. But as I continue to keep stepping, as I call it, I'm able to do what I plan to do. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, I don't know, I might call it trusting the process. Because the process don't make sense. Like a bunch of weird stuff he had. And that's how I knew my higher power be in it. Like I said, I do the delivery and it'd be busy, but I don't get no orders. Then I had to call, like, why am I not getting orders? And for like 3 days. And then as I was getting orders again, like just a little weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? I get a whole bunch of spam calls or weird emails, even though I've been unsubscribed or on, you know what I'm saying? I question everybody, like, I don't know. I don't know, people kind of popping back in my life on a conversational tip online. I'm like, okay, cool. But why now all of a sudden? Like, I read into everything deeply. Why now? Because I understand, like, everything that takes place on earth has a spiritual origin to it. You know what I mean? And that's just where I'm at with it. Like, a few females come out of nowhere, or like they'll just stop talking. Like, all right, whatever. Then they'll, pop back up again. And then I'll ask them, like, oh, what was up with you? You know what I'm saying? And then the answer they give is like, it don't make any sense. It's not like you got to answer the way I want you to answer. But as a truth seeker, you may not know the truth, but you should know the truth when you hear it. And it just don't make no sense in my mind. Never mind. I'll be honest though, I really truly believe I'm burnt out on this culture. Like, I'll be honest, I hate it. The rat race. But you still can't get nowhere. I know people working 2-3 jobs just to maintain their standard of living. But you can't progress or get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Shit, not me. The way I'm set up, if I don't see no progress, I'm ready to downsize, liquidate, and blow this whole thing up. Cause I'm not wearing myself out and I ain't getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about like struggling towards a goal or something like that. I'm just talking about just, you know what I'm saying? And even with certain like things I'm trying to do business wise seem to be held up or stagnated. It's just not my time. For whatever reason. And I don't even think it's me. Now, to be totally honest, I think it's waiting for the right conditions. You know what I'm saying? Outwardly. I read a book one time when I was homeless. It was like $1. And the book just caught my attention. The title, I forgot the title, but it was talking about, I think it used the prophet Isaiah as the focal point of the book. And it was talking about how it used the bow and arrow like analogy. Wherein, okay, he gets called. So he's like, okay. And he don't, you learn and grow, whatever. He's like, okay, I'm called. Okay, boom, I think I'm ready. Hit the deck. But then he calls him. And then years go past, nothing happens. Okay. You might forget about it. I remember, like, oh, he did call, like, what happened? I don't know, whatever. And I think he calls him again and sits him on the proverbial shelf while he was working on him. And of course, that takes years. Then he calls him again, like, oh, yes, sir, all right, I've been waiting, whoop, 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 and sits him on the shelf again. Because he was ready. He was the bow. Now he's creating the outward circumstance for him to be shot off. And that's kind of how I look at it. Like, I never wanted to be average. I never wanted to be like anybody else. And that's how I kind of look at it. Like, not, like I want to be shot off, you know what I'm saying? And hit my target. Repeatedly with accuracy. But in order to do that, the arrow has to be sharp and the bow has to be calibrated for the, the weight of the arrow, terrain, wind, all the outward stuff. So, the arrow has to be, sharp, certain weight, whatever. Then you got the bow has to be able to hold it, strong enough, And then you're getting shot off into outside of the bow of, the environment. So you're taking into account the wind, heat, cold, whatever. All that has to be calibrated in order for it to be effective. And that's just how I look at it. So I'm just waiting on the right conditions. And here it is. I've been waiting. So, yeah, there's this, innate desire to be shot off. But it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. What else I'm going to do? Try to force the issue like I learned trying to do that. You know what I mean? I guess it's all in relation to just trusting the process. And they say that because the process don't make no sense. But it's all to the gizzard. And the hizzard, even if it's nothing else, it teaches someone to, trust in, source. As I've been refined, of course, I always say that in every video about these cigarettes. I suppose they got some magnets in the metal. They ain't came yet. That's supposed to help me. I'm trying, man. By no means am I perfect. But I'm nothing how I used to be. Certain stuff just ain't even in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do certain stuff now on a free day. I ain't gonna do it. One, because I know better now. Two, it's not gonna be long-term profitable in any stretch of the imagination. Like the lower frequency stuff of, lust or you go hang out with the homies and, all that type of stuff. Man, they ain't hitting on nothing. I don't even talk to my family like that. But I don't know, I was just coming here with some random thoughts. I don't even think this video went well. I was just rambling on here for real. But, it is what it is. I'm holla at y'all. Ooh.